Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can hear us and you can see us. We are, of course, live this evening for our Monday night natter here on the Creative Expressions main page. Now, I'm hoping that you are joining us at 7 p.m. on Monday, but of course, if you can catch up afterwards, they will be available on the Facebook page for up to 30 days. And of course, they will be put onto our YouTube channel in the next couple of days too. So if you are catching up, welcome, drop us a comment. It's always lovely to hear from you, whether you're with us live or catching up. If you are here with us live, then please do let us know that you can hear us and you can see us, because as we always tell you, it's very tricky for us in our little room cut off in the middle of nowhere to know if we're just chatting with ourselves or if you have, of course, found us and that we are actually broadcasting outside of this room. So please do let us know that you can hear us and you can see us. Now, this evening is a very exciting evening because we are talking all things Sue Wilson brand new fishing collection and getting in the mood to celebrate their Stockist launch day tomorrow. They will be launching with our stockists all over the place at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I know there's lots of you who have already been messaging us, asking us about which stockists have them coming and when they're going to be available. So it, of course, is on my to-do list to give you a list of those stockists. Now, as always, if we do have any stockists joining us this evening and you would like to beat me to it and share a little link in the comments or maybe a few details of who you are and where you are, then please feel free to do so at some stage of this evening's live. As many of you will know by now, I'm sure, we do not sell direct here at Creative Expressions. If you go to our Creative Expressions website, you're more than welcome to. You can have a look around, you can check out the idea galleries, you can see all of the products we carry, all of the brands in which we do, but we do not sell direct to you. We will tell you to check out the stockist list and find one of our stockists. So if you are watching tonight and the stockists are popping links in the comments, that's a good indicator that they're one of the people you're going to be able to find out items from in the crafty world that is the existence of our little planet. So, shall we have a little look and see who's joining us? Do we have some people to say good evening to? Oh my goodness, yes we do. So we've got Sue with us this evening, Rosie, Von, Bethan, Sue, Pauline, Joyce, Hadrian's Hobbies. Good evening, Hadrian's Hobbies. Forgive me for keep disappearing. My iPad's dying, so I've had to put it on charge. It means I've got to cuddle the wall. It's not very good, is it? Very basic technology around here this evening. Good evening, Lynn. Good evening, Hayley. Good evening, Sharon, Laura, Alison, Kim, Hazel, Gwen. There's loads of you with us. Thank you all very much for joining us. Now, before I forget, as prompted by Diane, shall we say good evening to Peter? Because he is, as always, sat in hostage corner, ready lurking and waiting to be my assistant when needed. So let's jump over to Peter.
Evening. I don't look less. Well, don't look less. I can't even talk. Sorry.
Oh, you're great tonight, aren't you?
Doesn't look as cornery tonight, does it?
I've put you into the middle a little bit more, but you do look a bit bluer.
Do I?
I thought you looked better, but I think not you. The background looks a bit blue.
Is it my complexion?
No,
it does look bluer, doesn't it?
Does look bluer.
But
see,
no.
You could have not watched
okay.
into us. You could have watched Emmerdale and not had these exciting chats. Not that I even have Emmerdale
would you not
tonight.
want to tune into this? Is Emmerdale on tonight?
I don't know. When was the last time me or you sat down and watched Emmerdale?
Probably when it's called Emmerdale Farm.
Started you off now. Okay, should we be serious and actually concentrate, shall we? Because it's, getting on already.
Yeah.
So this evening's launch that we're talking about, our brand new fishing collection from Sue Wilson. As I mentioned, tomorrow at 10 a.m. it's going to be launching with our stockists. Now, if you would like to grab a pen and paper, this is your warning to get prepared because I'm about to bombard you with all of the stockists that are going to have this landing with them. Now, many of them may well announce it 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Some of them might take a little bit longer to get it on their systems or on the shop shelves, and it might take a couple of days. But in short, I can tell you from our HQ here in Great Yarmouth, these places have got boxes en route to them with fishing goodies in them. So we are looking at Unicorn Crafts, Hazel's Crafts, Gilly's Crafts, Into Craft, Craft Bliss, Affordable Crafting, Craft Mania, Crafty Wafty Shop. I don't feel I've ever had to say that out loud before. Am I saying it right?
Crafty Waft. Oh,
I don't
sorry,
know.
guys, we'll work on this one.
I said this to Tracy when I wrote it down. I said, I don't think I've ever said Crafty Wafty Shop before. Is that not right?
I think I distracted you with dessert, didn't I, earlier?
So what is it? What am I saying wrong?
Crafty Crafty Wafty. I think it's
Crafty Wafty. I like Crafty Wafty.
Apologies if it's not. We'll investigate.
Well, off you go. You've got a screen.
Hop to it, Peter.
Click away. Find out for us so I can get it right, because I'm going to bombard these poor people with this list several times tonight, so I need the right pronunciation. Cheshire Crafts, I can do that one. Hobby Maker, and very important for you to know about this one, we're going to be talking more about these throughout the evening, Glitter Bits and Crafts in Moseley. Morsley. Moseley's what it reminds me of.
Yes.
Morsley, which is near Kettering. They are going to have a demo day coming up on Saturday.
It is Crafty Wafty shop.
Crafty Wafty. You never gave me Crafty Wafty in any of our earlier versions. We wafted at one stage. We never Crafty Wafted.
No. It's a lovely Karen who runs Crafty Wafty.
Crafty Wafty it is. So going back to where we was, demo day this coming Saturday, the 1st of November at Glitter Bits and Crafts in
Gifts and Crafts in Morsley, near Kettering. I think it's about 4. Alison will be here. I've seen Alison tonight.
Have you?
Yes, not literally.
In Tesco's?
She's not
McDonald's.
in Tesco. No, she's not there. But no, I think she said it's about 4 or 5 miles from Kettering or something. So
who needs Tom when you've got an Alison?
And a Peter.
And a Peter. Well, I don't know. You were pretty useless. I think Alison was our saviour.
But no, we shipped out lots of goodies to them today in preparation for Saturday, didn't we? So
we did.
Boxes of stuff
on
their way.
Gwen will be featuring the brand new fishing collection with them. She will also have with her the magical mushrooms. I don't know if I can call them magical mushrooms. They are very
when
magical.
my dad's watching.
Your dad's watching. We can't be
Best
talking about
behaviour.
magic
Sorry,
mushrooms,
father.
can we? Absolutely. She will have the magical autumn collection from Woodware with her, as well as Sue Wilson's Christmas collection. So there'll be 3 different collections she's going to be having a little look at on her demo day. It will take place from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. It's free to attend. And if you'd like more details, including postcodes and bits and bobs like that, pop onto the event section of the Creative Expressions page and you'll find a tab or an event dedicated to that event telling you all about everything that you need to know, probably better than we have with our missed Tom knowledge. We weren't very good for this way. Should have done better at school.
Very bad.
Very poor. So yeah, do check out that event section to find out more. But the new collection and the new goodies that will be featuring on that demo day and will be available from all of those stockists we've already mentioned is this little bundle here. So let's delve on in and have a little look. Now you may have seen this last week on Gwen's Sneaky Peek. You may have seen this on Gwen's incredible shows on Hobby Maker on Saturday. If you haven't and this is new to you, oh my goodness, are you in for a treat. These are 4 of the sentiments that feature in this collection. We have got Best Fishes, Gone Fishing, Let the Adventure Begin and Keep It Real. Now of course this is aimed as a fishing collection, but as I'm sure you can already see, there are other ways in which you could take these off to and different ways and places you're going to be using these. Gwen mentioned several times on air how she felt that Let the Adventures Begin would be very nice if you was going off to uni or college or something similar, maybe a new job. There's lots of times, or maybe a wedding card even, that you would be able to use that one as the start of a new adventure, which I thought was a very lovely idea. Now the sentiments are recommended retail price. Best Fishes $3.49, Gone Fishing $3.49, Let the Adventures Begin $3.99 and Keeping It Real $3.49, just to give you some RRPs to keep an eye out for. Now, all good fishing collections are certainly going to need a fishing rod and that all-important fish, and Sue has not disappointed. She has bought us our beautiful fish, ready with the line, ready with the rod to be caught and found. The fishing rod is $5.99 recommended retail price. It is 2 separate dies as you can see, and it is perfect for building up those scenes. Now I know I haven't got all of the samples here obviously because Gwen's got them from her shows and it's a bit too quick to get them back to us from Saturday to Monday, so all of the samples are with Gwen, but do not fear, there will be more samples being shared with you on Thursday evening when Gwen brings you more inspiration with this collection as well at 7 p.m. on her Thursday night natter. But what I was going to say is Sue has done some lovely backgrounds using this fish where she's multi-cut it and then made like a school of fish going all the way across the card. It looks very, very cool. So certainly might just be a little one, but it can certainly be built up into a big background. Then we have our fishing essentials. Now this literally does what it says on the tin. We have got our fishing boat, we have got our reeds, we have got our floats, we have got our fishing hat, and we've got some little fishies and a little bucket to keep them all in once we've caught them. It's a very cool little set, this, but it's got a lot in there. Its recommended retail price is $11.99, but if you actually look at it, it says 8 dies, but that is actually 8 pieces of big bits of metal as such, if you like. Actually, cut wise, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different elements that is going to cut out for you to help you build your scene. Now already we can see that this is going to work perfectly with the fishing rod to build up that all important collection and scene. Now moving on, every fisherman needs a fishing vest. It's where they're going to store all of their flies and all their bits that they need and all of their essentials to go out there and catch themselves some sneaky little fishies. And this vest is absolutely beautiful.
It's gonna like an avid little fisherman there.
I did go fishing for a time.
Did you know?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Never knew
yes,
that.
yes, I did. Yes.
Learn things every day about him.
Yeah, when I was about 12, I got into fishing for a summer, and that was it. Oh, okay. Yeah, went quite a lot. After you know.
There you go.
Fishing vest.
Put
so
that
this
in the biography.
Don't think anyone wants to read my autobiography. So the fishing vest, the recommended retail price for this one is $9.99. It is 1 die, but as you can see, it's quite a sizable die actually, and could of course be taken off to be used for quite a few different things. Like Gwen mentioned on a show the other day, great for gameskeepers, as well as different sort of sports and activities, or maybe just something that's going to go into a bit of a masculine theme. Maybe you're going to sort of cut it and multi-layer it to make up a nice big background, or maybe like Gwen did, you're going to cut it and you're going to layer all of these pockets and build it up to make some really cool effects. The pockets down here, this little white line you can see, they are cut lines. So they are going to be cut so you can actually pop things into the pockets, which of course comes in very handy for some of the elements around the other dies that you can then place into them as well. To go with this set, we of course have got the fishing frame. Now this is the biggest die in this collection and it is a beauty. This one is $14.99, and on here not only do you receive the frame, you also receive 2 sentiments, happy birthday and to a really cool guy. Now the frame, as you may be able to see, this has got a little fishing rod on it as well. You've got your fishing bag. Gwen knew the name of this the other day and I've totally forgot it. And Pete's looking at me very blank. Gwen knew all the terms. She was there. She was well invested.
For some reason I got some like saddle in my thing.
No, it wasn't saddle. And when she said it, I was like, oh yes, that's right. And now I've completely
Come on,
forgotten
Gwen,
it.
help us.
Then again, you've got your ball rushes, which is great because you've got your ball rushes in this one. So you can build them up into a little like display on the edge of your card if you wish to, or on the edge of your frame. You've got the gone fishing and you've got the fishing net. Now, of course, these elements can be snipped out. They can be built up. They can be used independently. There is a couple of cards I've done where I've actually taken these and cut them. One of them, we went off there, if I remember rightly, and turned it into a little corner element from that part. And then the other one, we went off kind of there and had that part as like a little gone fishing signpost. So although it is one frame, there's many ways in which you can actually take this and work with it. And as you can probably see, there's lots of deboss detail around the frame, including on the gone fishing sign, that gives us that beautiful wood grain effect. So as you cut it, it's also going to deboss in for you to give you a beautiful effect to actually accentuate or leave it as is if you prefer. Now, along with this collection, Sue has designed us 2 stencils. We have got rope knots. I'll bring that in so you can see it more. Rope knots. And we have got rope net. Now these recommended retail prices are $6.99 each, and they are 8x8 stencils, and of course they are cut from, like all of our stencils, from our thicker mylar. So when you come to emboss these, or whether you use them with your texture paste, you're going to achieve a lot more depth to them. They're not too thick, you're still going to be able to wrap them around something and stencil around it if that's what you'd like to do, but actual depth of mylar is a lot thicker than traditional stencils. So embossing will be a lot more prominent and texture paste will sit a lot more prominent as well when we use that through it too. So it just gives a more classy look, a more elegant look and a more detailed look, whether you're choosing to emboss or whether you're choosing to use it with your texture pastes. Now that completes our beautiful fishing collection. So you've got your 4 sentiments, your 2 stencils, your fishing rod, your fishing frame, your fishing vest and your fishing essentials set. It is a real lovely set to work with. I can't even remember how many cards I made. I got a bit carried away, so I've made quite a few with this. I know Gwen's got a bit carried away. She's made quite a few, and so has our DT. All of these will be put onto our Creative Expressions website tomorrow under the idea gallery for you to go and have a little look through if you would like to. But as I mentioned, Gwen will have more inspiration with this collection and lots of samples on hand to show you on Thursday at 7 p.m. Moving all that to one side, let's bring in the other new goodie that we need to talk about this evening. This is a new Jamie Rogers Crafts product. This is our woven texture paper. This is very, very lovely, and I'm going to get a sheet that's not in the packet, so hopefully you can see it even better, because you don't want any of that pesky plastic taking away from the beauty of this paper. Now this is, as you can hopefully see on your screens, always very tricky to show white, let alone white paper that's embossed, but it's got this beautiful texture to it. You can highlight this with inks if you would like to. You can highlight it with waxes if you prefer. But it is a beautiful, delicate paper that again can be embossed to give a really lovely effect. Die cut if you wish to. Inked on, stamped on. The choice really is yours. I know Gwen did a lovely little mini demo on air on Hobby Maker where she simply just brought in some ink and some waxes to a sheet. Did a little bit of colouring, and I thought that was actually really lovely. So shall we steal her technique and show you a little bit of that in action? Because it might be nice that you see that here too, in case you missed the shows. Now, in the comments, I would like to know, did you watch the shows? Let me know. Did you tune in? Did you fall in love? Is this already en route to you? Or are you on yet to go and catch up with them? Are they on your catch-up list that you need to go and track them down? And if you do not fear, Hobby Maker keep the shows available to watch for up to 30 days, if I remember rightly, on their website. So you can always go and catch back up if you haven't yet seen it. Now this is just a very poor example in comparison to our dear Gwen's demo, but it's hopefully starting to share with you how you can see that texture. Just slightly take that out of the way. How you can see that texture starting to come through. What do you mumble?
Smooth, that was.
Smooth? Was it smooth? I don't know if we pulled off smooth, but we're going to go with it.
No, but we'll take it. Judy and Gwen both stepped in and said it was called a creel.
Oh, that
Which
wasn't the
does
one.
ring a bell. No.
That wasn't the word that Gwen said, and I was like, oh, I knew that. I did have a bit of fishing knowledge.
Ooh.
But thank you for rescuing us. I'll try and remember that. It won't work, but I'll try. A creel. We'll go with that. So yeah, so I'm just playing at this stage, but as you can see, very easy to add to it, add your inks to it and bring out that texture if that's what you would like to do. Highlight with waxes, highlight with inks. Go in with your brayer if you wish to. That would probably look really lovely, wouldn't it? I don't think I've tried that. Shall we try that? Do I have it? I've got a brayer. We're not doing anything we're meant to be doing at all, are we? I don't know how this is going to look.
When you get to your stencils, lovely Diane, naughty Diane, ignorant Diane, she says if you colour the rope stencils red and white, they would make great Christmas candy cane feel background.
Oh, that's a nice idea. I like the fact that we're not tired of Christmas yet. That's nice. I'm not tired of Christmas,
do we?
Well, not really. So maybe a brayer. Brayer's actually quite nice because then you're still getting that depth come through. So if you prefer a brayer, that could be quite a fun look. Gives more parquet flooring. Basket weave effect. So yeah, so that's your paper. Moving on. Paper recommended retail price is $4.99 and you get 10 sheets in that pack. Again, it will be available tomorrow from some of the stockists that we already mentioned. I actually really like that blue. I think that looks really nice over the top of that. Doesn't that give a really cool look? Again, bring in your waxes, add more to it if you wanted to. Don't have to, but you certainly could do if you'd like to. So they're all of the new goodies that we're introducing this evening or telling you about are going to be available from our stockists as of tomorrow. Don't forget the list that I gave you already, but just in case you have, just a quick run through again. That's going to be Unicorn Crafts, Hazel Crafts, Gilly's Crafts, Into Craft, Craft Bliss, Affordable Crafting, Craft Mania, Crafty Wafty Shop, Cheshire Crafts, Hobby Maker, and Glitter Bits and Crafts. I've got that wrong. Glitter Bits and
Gifts and Crafts.
Gifts and Crafts.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm terrible, aren't I?
Mel
I need you to
tell
come
us
and
off.
do that. She will do. She will do. I never get names right. Okay, so that's all of those goodies. Shall we do a demo with these, or do we have any questions?
No, Evelyn says texture looks like linen material. What have you done there?
It
It does, doesn't it?
very nice, isn't it? Very nice. Okay, so while I'm unpacking this little pack of goodies that we're going to play with this evening, let's chat homework. So this week, oh my goodness, last week I said to you, not many of you took part. We didn't get many entries. This isn't, good. We need a few more than this. Did you listen? You listened in your abundanceness. And we have had lots and lots and lots and lots of entries this week, which is absolutely lovely to see. So thank you very, very much. And we've actually done it slightly differently. I think you may have seen the comment earlier on the group that Facebook, which we all know, has its gremlins from time to time, and it hasn't been liking hashtags. It's just not been playing ball with our hashtags. So we're going to continue to carry on with them because they worked for a very long time, and we have faith that Facebook will get it back and sorted and up and running as it should. But in the meantime, I had here Tracy in the office. She has been writing down every single one of your entries so that we make sure we don't miss a single person out when it comes to putting them into our independent adjudicatory picky thingy thing that works out who's going to win. I don't know, it all goes well above my head. I leave this to more important people than me. But the good bit is that everyone has been in the draw to be made sure that you could be in with your chance to win this evening. Now, Peter, you have the sound box. Are we going to announce our winner with sound this evening, or are we going to be quiet?
Should we have a bit of sound?
I don't know if we normally have sound, but we should have sound.
I feel you built it up now, so we have to.
Okay, so our winner is?
Our winner is...
Kim, dear. So Kim, if you could please pop us an email and let us know where you would like your homework prize sent to, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for entering this week's homework. Genuinely, it's been a joy to look through them. It was, of course, our hashtag Woodwear Week, which has been very, very, very special indeed to see all of your creations with woodwear. And I don't know if I'm allowed to give sneakies.
Oh, here we go. Go on. What are we talking about? Oh, I know what you're thinking.
Oh! All I'm going to say is lots of the entries were made with designs that may soon be returning. That's all I'm allowed to say. Talking of things, and I'm allowed to talk about this now, aren't I? I forgot. We'd gone off on a tangent. Oh, did you see the news today? Where have I put my little tab?
BBC or?
No, we don't want real news, do we? Real news is depressing. We don't want playing that one. Look at this. Shall I have a little look? I'm not even meant to be looking. I'm just going to show you little bits. So today we announced the very exciting news. We will do a demo in a minute, I promise. But very exciting news that Polka Doodles is now being distributed by Creative Expressions. So this means that our stockists all around the world now have the ability to purchase Polka Doodles goodies through us. Now on Wednesday at 1 PM, if you're thinking this is far too quick, I can't keep up with what he's throwing down there. On Wednesday at 1 PM, we're going to be doing a little flick through of every one of these goodies, and we're going to do some Polka Doodle demos for you. And we're going to talk special offers on a few of these paper pads, which I know that our stockists are going to have. And we're going to look at tools, and we're going to look at texture paste, and we're going to look at printouts, and we're going to look at dies, and stamps, and stencils, and MDF, and all of this lot. We're going to go into more detail, and that isn't even all of it. There is more and more and more and more and more, and we will take a little look through all of that Wednesday at 1.
Like you're a market trader.
Roll up, roll up. But no, I've loved it. I've made 2 or 3 cards that we'll be demoing as well. I don't know how we'll do for time, because as you can see, there is an awful lot to go through. But 1 PM Wednesday will be our Polka Doodles Natter. So if you can, come and join us. If you can't, do not fear. It, of course, will be available to catch up with on the Creative Expressions main page on Facebook, and, of course, on the Creative Expressions YouTube channel after the event. So, card-wise, what are we making this evening? This is the one that we're going to play with. This is the one that we're going to create. And we're going to bring in something else that's launched recently, our lovely linen texture paper to play with. Now, this is the one that came out just a couple of weeks ago in lots of different colours, but we're going to be focusing this evening on this lovely tree bark one to begin with. So for this, and I wanted to use it in a couple of different ways. On my layers, I'm going to use it as just a plain paper, just stuck down straight away. No sort of fanciness to it, just as it comes out of the packet. For the next layer up, I'm going to use our lovely beige version, which is called Ivory, is the official name. And this time I've added some 1mm foam tape to the back of it, just so you can see that you can, of course, although it's a paper, there's no reason why we can't foam tape this onto our layers. It doesn't always have to be flat. You can stick to it flat if you wish to, but it doesn't have to be. And of course we can build up on top of it too. So for our next layer, we're going to bring in some of our coconut white. Now I know Gwen has been rather pleased about this, and this is actually a really good time to show it. Doesn't it match perfectly with our coconut white? This paper and our brand new paper that we're talking about this evening, our new woven texture paper, they both complement and sit really closely within the kind of shading of our coconut white card, which has actually been a really tricky colour for many years for us to have different textures to work with, because it isn't white and it isn't ivory coconut. It kind of just sits in the middle. It's a really soft, luxurious shade. And if you put anything that's cream with it or anything that's white with it, you can really see that tone difference, and that can work to your advantage. But actually having these brand new textures come in, just that soft in between shade as well, really helps build up that luxury look. So if you're somebody who likes to do white work cards and you've wanted to work in a more softer white work version with our coconut white, then this is a good place for you to be looking for other elements to bring into that mix. So moving forward, we're going to take our, where have I hid it this time? We're going to take some of our lovely linen texture paper in that tree bark, and to do our die cutting with, and of course we can die cut from it as it is, but I wanted to give it a bit more body. I wanted to give it a little bit more structure, and we're going to do one sheet and we're going to use it in a couple of different demos this evening to show you how much value for money we can get out of it. But we're going to bring in a piece of that coconut white I mentioned. Oh, I've got the wrong one. I've got the thicker one, not the thinner one. Have I got a thinner one? See if I can find a piece of thinner. No, I think this is the thinner one. That should be fine. I think it's thinner. We're going to bring in one of our self-adhesive sheets and we're going to remove the top layer from it so that we've got that lovely sticky sheet to work with. And then we're going to layer this one over the top of our coconut white, so that we've now got a nice sticky piece of card to work with. And I do find using a self-adhesive sheet better for this, because then I've got that glue, that bond, all the way across the sheet. We're then going to take the top of this off, so that we're now left with a sticky sheet that is perfect to bring in our tree bark textured paper. And we're going to place this over the top of that one, so that we've now got the perfect bond and slightly thicker version of our paper, because we've added this onto our 215 GSM. I think it's 215, 230. 230 for coconut white and 315, I think. That's where the 15's coming from.
Sounds good.
And these sheets, we're not going to bin these. We're going to keep these off to one side, because there's so many techniques we can do with them and so many uses that we want them for. So we're going to keep them off to one side and we'll come back to them at a later date. Now this part we're going to die cut from, because now it's got that card on it. When we come to die cut and we want to layer, especially things like the fronds and the bulrushes and all of the different pieces like that, we just want them to have a little bit more structure, so that they're not going to get damaged or be too delicate in our envelopes. But for this one, we're going to cut out our little rowboat, our little canoe, and we're going to send this through the machine. Now in the next demo, we're going to be inspired by Laura, and we're going to do a different technique with the same sheet we've already created. And this is what I love about doing that sheet. Although at this stage we're only going to be using a small proportion of it, that sheet is going to come in handy for many, many, many more cuts and many, many more projects. So value for money wise is going to be a very handy one for us to have and to be able to dip back into multiple times. So we're going to go in and we're going to take out our little rowboat, or our little canoe. Of course we have the aperture to work with as well, but we don't need this bit. It is going to be all about the little boat itself. And we're going to find our pokey tool so we can remove this. Oh, if I could find it. There we have it. Oh. Now while I'm doing this, our question this evening for you to win the cards that we make, it's actually quite a simple one. I have a feeling you're going to know about this. Today at 12 o'clock on Hobby Maker, Adam did another one of his world famous and very fun to watch if you've not seen them before. He did one of his craft o'clocks. Who was his guest? That is the question. All we would like to know is who was the guest on today's Craft O'Clock. And we'll make it simple. We'll go for the company name of the guest or guest. Who was it? You're going to have to let me know if they guess this and if they get the comments in. If you haven't seen the Craft O'Clock today at 12 o'clock on Hobby Maker's Facebook page, and of course you can go back and catch up, hopefully not right now. Hopefully we're keeping you entertained enough that you wish to stick with us and be inspired in our fishing universe. But of course it is there for you to catch up on at a later date. Now for our little boat, I've gone ahead and I've cut 2 of these. And what I love about this textured paper, and I'm hoping you can see this okay on your screens, is even though it's textured, it's still debossed beautifully, and it's still taking on the stitch markings that that boat has. Can you see that at the top there, that lovely debossing, and then them lovely little dots marked around the outside. So even though we're working with textured paper, we haven't lost any of the beautiful details on the dies. Now for my one, all I'm going to do, then I'm going to bring in some scissors and we're going to snip away at that top part so that we can give our boat slightly more depth. I keep calling it a boat. Do you class them as a boat? I take it they're a boat. I always get confused with what they're doing. And this is obviously isn't a ship before I sound like I've gone
Judy might be able
completely
to help
barking.
us. Judy's from Colorado.
And how do people from
Well, I think
Colorado
they're
understand boats and
different
ships
type of
better than
boats,
anybody
don't they?
else?
Like you said, it's more of a...
I've just really tried.
I'm just in
Is there
like
a
a little
link to
rubbing
Colorado with boats I don't know about?
What is that?
Belfast, I
It's
think,
more
made
from
boats.
America.
Belfast made Titanic. I don't know if that's a
They
good
did.
one to sort of bring up, but
Harland and Wolff, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Look at me.
I don't know. But I don't know if, and no offence to Colorado, maybe they do. It's probably me, but I don't know if they have big boat knowledge. But what is the difference between a boat and a ship?
Capacity, I reckon.
Reckon capacity? I don't know.
Mm.
This isn't a trick question. It isn't one I know the
And
answer to.
do
There's
they
got
get
to
a
be a
prize?
reason. Does who get a prize? You?
No, for guessing what the difference between a boat and a ship is.
For
Dad
you?
might know. Dad's on board.
Yeah, your
He
dad's
knows
very
his boats,
intelligent.
doesn't he? Anyway, we've got Francoise with us tonight.
Oh,
And,
do we? Oh,
and our lovely Jeanette from J-Craft. She's in London now. She's
oh
over.
wonderful. I hear a little rumour.
Oh, you do? What rumour?
I hear a little rumour that she might be visiting us soon.
Yeah.
So we better be on best behaviours
Best
this evening.
behaviour. I'm going to
Best behaviour.
go out and buy some new clothes, I think, as well.
New clothes, any excuse for a new wardrobe. It's like living with a Kardashian.
Which one? Okay.
Which one?
Which one would I be? Careful how you answer this one.
Depends on which day.
How do you could see
It's a
his
bit like the
face?
Seven Dwarfs. kind of go through them in a week.
Wow.
Sneezy, lazy. I don't know the dwarf's name. I can come up with a few.
I bet you can.
Okay.
Judy says a boat is smaller than a ship.
Okay. See,
So there you go.
Colorado does know.
Look. See?
I'm impressed. Thank you, Judy.
Kim says a canoe is considered a boat.
Is it? Okay, thank you, Kim. That's
She's
helpful.
very chuffed at winning the homework prize.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. So we do set you some funny general knowledge questions, don't we, that we don't know the answers to. This isn't like a pub quiz where we have any idea of the answers. It's just generally our lack of knowledge, to be honest. So all we're going to do now is we're going to build up a bit of a background with these lovely flies. And we're going to just bring these in, and we've cut them out already from the same panel, same sheet that we're working with. And we're just going to add them on with our dry as clear glue. Now I will be honest, I could have gone for the padding method for this one and added them on with the little tool and pads. It probably would have made my life a little bit easier, but we're going to stick with what we've started because we're already halfway through. But we could have potentially made it a little bit simpler.
I'm with you, Sharon. Definitely. A lovely Sharon Hall. She says, Jamie, I think you should have a naughty star. Peter is only trying to help. Thank you, Sharon.
He's good,
See?
he is. I wouldn't want to be without him.
Alison says, you two are numpties. Ha 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 ha.
We've been called worse, in
We
fairness.
have, yeah.
Speaking of the Kardashians, they're in London apparently for a birthday party.
Maybe they've gone to see Jeanette.
Maybe. Maybe Jeanette's gone to see them.
Maybe it's a J-Craft hookup with the Kardashians. Sorry, Jeanette. You can cancel. No, you're not going to cancel this. She doesn't know what she's letting herself in for.
She doesn't know what she's letting herself in for. Okay, so we're just going to yo-yo a few of those around and we're going to let them settle for a moment just so that we can then trim against them to remove those excess edges. Now, if I was in my little room, one of my tips would be to bring in my clear mat from my plates, from my machine, and give that a good squidge down so I can make sure that I can check that all of them elements are held down and in place without me having to get into them with my short little fat fingers and moving them around or getting glue anywhere or moving anything where I don't want it to. So clear plates are always great for that, and it just gives you a good way to apply pressure without actually moving any of the elements. Now we're going to take that off to one side for a second and we're going to let that dry and we're going to start building up the other pieces to this card. So on Gwen's show, she also had these available for you. These, of course, are always available from our stockists, but you may well have popped them into your basket on Hobby Maker as well. And they, of course, have still got these available. These are our scalloped end rectangles. In this set, you receive 6 dies. And as you can see from this little one on the side here, each one of these is going to cut through and it's going to cut all of these little dots all the way around it. And you actually get that on both sides of the die line, on the cut line. So not only are you going to get it on the panel, you're also going to get it on the aperture of what you've created. So it might mean that you wish to take out the panel from the centre and actually run threads going across the actual holes and making like a little crisscross, or maybe just a couple and then thread things into them. Or of course on your panels you might wish to thread across them and make like little notice boards and bits, or do different stitching techniques running around the edges. Or of course we can just leave them as they are and have that beautiful delicate edge running around them. Now, one of the bits I love about this die, of course, is that on the inside of it you've got inspiration from Sue as well, showing you a few of the ways in which she's used these to make up border elements, to make multi-stacks, to make up frames, to make up these little edger pieces. There's lots of inspiration running throughout the packaging to hopefully give you a bit of inspiration too. Now for my one, I wanted to cut a solid backing to go underneath it because through those little holes I wanted to have the same pattern come through. So I literally drew around it and cut it out so that mine matches up. So I have the brown underneath each of those holes too, just to tie in with what's going to be going on above it. Now we should, by theory, be okay to start snipping against the edge of this panel. So we're going to bring this back in now that I believe that they're going to be set and okay to work with. And we're going to bring in a guillotine to work on. And we're just going to take this, and any that are lingering over the edges, we're going to give them a good old snip to cut them away. Now, if you have any gaps when you flip this back over that you wish had something else in them, then these little bits that we've cut off might be the perfect pieces to put coming off of the edge or in from the edge to infill those areas. So don't waste these. They may well be just the perfect thing we need to infill a gap here and there. So let's see if I can find, just here's one little snip that we've just created. So that's got quite a big bit to it. So we might say, well, actually, we're going to bring that in and we're going to adhere that to there to infill that little gap at the top. I'm not going to hold you up by doing that, but it's what I mean about getting more value for money out of each of the cuts, more use out of the pieces you've been working with, if that helps. We're going to bring this in and we're going to start looking back to our card and layering this up. So we're going to bring in a piece of the brown to go underneath that panel. Because we've got the brown flies going off the side of the card, I thought it would be nice if we had a brown panel that matches in around the edges. So it kind of looks more intentional and doesn't leave the brown pieces just sort of against more cream. Kind of grounds them slightly, if that makes sense. So we'll bring this panel in and we're going to place that down in the middle as well. And then we're going to bring in the panel that we've created. And of course, just in case you're wondering, that big gap in the middle, I knew that we was going to be bringing in a panel. So I didn't want to cover that because I knew that I was going to be using this as just a frame around this panel. So we're going to place that down and then we can start looking to what we're going to be building up. So let's bring back in our boat. And we're going to add that onto our card just around there, I feel. And then we can start looking at the elements in which we wish to build up on top of it. So we've got our lovely bulrushes, which have been cut already. And I think maybe we could go with one potentially going on about there. It might be a little bit low, that one. Let's bring that higher up. Let's bring that more to there. Was there a little foam tape? No, no foam tape on that one. And then, and then we're going to bring this one in, and we're going to add that. I think we could add that one actually onto the boat instead of padding. So we're going to bring that on, and we'll add a bit of glue onto the reverse of this one. Have we had any guesses for our competition so far, Peter?
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Samantha's also given us a little boat update.
Yeah.
Thank you, Samantha. She says ships are bigger, usually ocean going. Boats are smaller and usually on inland or coastal waters.
Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? See, they're a clever bunch that we have watched us.
We're here to educate as well.
No, I feel they're more here to educate us, Peter. I feel this is more a one-way street going in this direction more than an outwards direction.
We can have a little quiz at the end of the year, can't we? A Christmas
what,
quiz.
the most random questions
See
we've
how
asked you this year?
See how much we've learned on our Monday night natters.
Did they not have a show educating Joey Essex? Do I vaguely remember that a few years back?
Are you admitting that? Or?
I didn't watch it, I just have a feeling they did it.
They did, yes.
I feel like we're
And
possibly
no,
like on that level of show now.
Alison says it's the best night of the week.
Oh, Alison, I do feel for you. Joining us is your best night.
Stop.
But it's lovely to have you with us, and I'm glad you genuinely feel that way. That's very, very sweet of you, truthfully. It's nice to be amongst friends and to have a good evening and a good natter. Absolutely. And admit our crazy questions in a day. Okay, bringing in the gone fishing. We're just going to add that up into the top corner. Oh, I would do if I could hold on to it. That doesn't want to play ball, does it? It's because I've got glue on my hands. Honestly, it's all gone terribly wrong. And I have a feeling my tweezer thief has been back in my room, Pete, because they're not in my little tray. I think we need to get a lock for this door.
I'm going to have some sensors put on it as you walk out the door.
A camera.
Yeah, it buzzes or something. I was going to say,
don't you move. I'll live without the tweezers. There's no rush. It's not like we're on card 1 of 3. It's fine. Yeah. I'll live without tweezers.
Annika's on the move.
Annika was very slow. I don't know.
Squeaky door.
Okay. That's somebody we haven't gone in search of. We often talk about Debbie McGee. Maybe we do need to just go for Annika. Okay, so there is our first card complete. Building our scene, building up those bulrushes, and of course adding in our boat, and of course using the flies in the background to kind of build that up with. And doesn't that brown underneath the panel look nice, where you get them kind of matching in dots running around it, and yet we've still kept all that beautiful detail. I feel you missed it because you obviously went on search of tweezers. Well, I said maybe we should go for Annika. I don't feel we've ever set the search out for Annika Rice.
So we're going to hunt for Annika, are we?
I don't think we could possibly request Annika.
Are you watching?
I didn't know it was back, in fairness, but did you know they brought back Challenge Annika and it's just been cancelled again?
No.
Yeah, it was on Channel 5 and it was quite bad, actually. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves for a minute while we catch Pete up. They brought it back, they've done half a season or about half a season and aired it, and then there was 2 episodes that Channel 5 wouldn't air. I feel like I've lost you to the comments.
I'm just looking at the comments.
Did you hear me? Honestly, this is what it's
something
like.
About Challenge
this is why we never get anything
Sorry.
done. It's painful. Painful. Big chat about Challenge Annika and he's gone.
Diane says, I see a book coming. Jamie and Pete's top 100 random questions.
Random questions of the day.
Gwen says more like Panicker.
Like a what?
Panicker, not Annika.
Panicker Rice. We could do with Panicker Rice.
I don't know what indignation means. I'm not that.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm a bit thick.
I'm not convinced it's positive. No. Don't look it up, Pete.
Jasmine. I don't know.
Did you hear about Annika?
So anyway, what happened with Annika? She was cancelled after 5 episodes. Is that what you said?
They did. I'll get me stamp. We'll do some work while we chat him up again. So we're going to use Freddie for this card because, of course, Freddie. I didn't bring in a Freddie, but I'm hoping you know by now what Freddie is. Freddie is, of course, our friendly fisherman. Annika hasn't moved again, so you're not going to get to see what Freddie is if you don't know. Poor Annika. Honestly, do make you work. Annika's off. So Freddie, now we're not going to catch him up. This is going to go on all night. He's never going to know about Annika Rice, is he? So Freddie is our lovely fisherman from the Cuddly Clan collection. It's one of a few stamps we've brought out that have matching dies, so it all coordinates together. I'll bring in the dies in a moment, but this of course is our main focal point for the card we're about to do. It is of course our beautiful Freddie. Now this is the set, thanks Pete, this is the set in question. This is Freddie, and Freddie has with him, as you can see, a whole scene to build up and then the matching dies to go with him. It's actually a DL set of stamps, so as you can see you've got the fish bowl, or fishing bowl, fish bowl, food bowl, little bones of a fish,
Feels like a game
proper
of
fish.
now. Well, getting the hand on hip.
Get the hand.
Can you feel the hand on hip with the silence?
You're about to get to one with Freddie.
Lovely
I feel.
Charlene from the Paper and Ink Boutique in
We'll come back.
Calgary. I think she's in Calgary.
Oh, ink pad.
She says it's a great source of info, fantastic inspiration, and as always, a bunch of laugh and giggles, such entertainment. It's nice.
That's very nice. Charlene has some lovely cards. You've missed the office chat today because you've been out and about.
We sent a lot of goodies their way, didn't we?
That is not the chat of the day.
Oh, okay.
The chat of the day is all about Charlene's class that she's got coming up. It is a Whit Woo card.
Is it?
It is. It's amazing. It really does look a lovely project.
Is it a DL?
Me, Tracy, Laura, Lisa, we had all discussed how we were talking about getting a little plane over to Canada.
Oh,
Popping
I'm not
over for a
invited.
class.
I kept old Annika out of that conversation, didn't I?
We've decided Annika's slightly problematic, I'm afraid. She has too many Kardashian ways about her.
I'll be there in my canoe going across the Atlantic.
Well, I don't know. So anyway, going back to Annika, because I do feel like we've gone off of a tangent and we didn't ever get to the end of the Annika chat. Annika Rice, her show come back, as in proper Challenge Annika. It come back, they played half the series that was obviously pre-recorded, because they're not going to do it weekly, are they? Played the series, and then the last 2 episodes, Channel 5 refused to play because they were so poorly aired. I feel like you're not listening again. I feel like I've just told the story twice and you're not listening.
Do you know, Jasmine, I was talking about Jamie's horror and offence at the suggestion he may have watched Educating Joey S. Oh, they're on board tonight. Sharon says you two are on well, good form tonight.
I don't know if we are, Sharon.
So, dearie me.
I have to be careful with Peter. So Di matches perfectly. Not that we ever really got to chat about Freddie, because we went off to Annika. Not that he listened about Annika, did they? But again, Freddie has his matching stamps and dies, so you can of course cut out all of the elements, all of the important ones. Then we've got a couple of sentiments and bits to go with it as well. There is of course a fishing rod in here too, which is going to be a perfect addition to go with the rest of the collection too. But we're going to take Freddie and we're going to cut him out. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can of course leave him on your card and build up a scene around him, which is what I did with some of mine. But for this card, we are going to trim him out so we can add more to him.
Comment from our lovely Francoise.
Oh dear.
She says, I love Freddie, but don't forget there is a fishing Norman.
Oh.
Some might have in their stash, just saying.
Is
But
there a
maybe
fishing Norman? Is there a soon to return fishing Norman, Peter?
Well, do they know about Normans?
Well,
There's
you're not with it tonight, are you?
not.
We had the chat a little while ago about potential, didn't we? Or is it me not with it? I felt before we spoke about polka doodles, we said that there was more woodware returning this week. Did we not have that chat?
I think we.
I feel we did.
We need a detox in a spa somewhere to go and.
Might leave you
Unwind.
there. Tonight, the detox in a spa. I just have to leave. See, that's the Kardashian-ness I have to put up with. Decided he needs to detox in a spa. I don't know.
Laura says she has the fishing Norman. I think Laura has every.
I think Laura's got a bit of a Norman addiction.
Yeah.
And there is nothing wrong with that, Laura. Maybe we could set up a little Norman club. Normans Anonymous.
What would we do in this club?
Chat about Norman. What do you think we would do? Discuss Joey Essex? I don't know. Of course.
Alison says Peter in the canoe sounds like a storybook.
I have got a Joey Essex discussion. If you would like
Okay.
one, it's in the news that his company's £1.5 million in debt.
Oh,
His
what
production
is his
company.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know. I didn't read it. But they reckon he's in debt and he's in trouble. And because he's in trouble, he's going to have to... I can't remember what he
Do
said
another
now.
series on telly.
Well, I don't think there's any more educating of him, but I think they've got problems. They reckon he'd been on 18 reality TV shows,
Wow.
and there wasn't really any left for him to do. So they're not too sure what he's going to do, was kind of the gist of what I read, but I didn't really read it, as you can tell, because I don't really know a lot about it. But yeah, he's got issues financially.
It's not good. Diane thinks we're having a sugar rush.
Oh, no sugar rush.
Very
today,
lacking
I'm
sugar
afraid.
today, aren't they?
Pardon?
Very lacking in sugar today.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd share that.
So just adding a small amount of colour. You don't have to do too much for these. Obviously, a lot of the stamp is kind of marked out for you. And of course, it doesn't, as Francois rightly says, it doesn't have to be our dear Freddie being the focal point of this creation. It could, of course, be a lovely little Norman fishing. Very excited to get our hands back on Norman. It'll be lovely to have the gnomes back to play with, won't it? I feel like they've been absent in my world for a little while, and I'm very excited to have them back to play with. So it'll be nice to start seeing them arrive back in HQ so we can start playing around with them too. So, of course, you can carry this on as much as you wish to and build this up as much as you'd like to. On my one here, what we've done already is we've gone ahead and we have added a little split line into where his pocket is. So we can actually go ahead and add in some of the flies as well, because it's kind of nice to build that fishing theme up slightly. Because we've got all of the other elements to play with, it's just nice to be able to build them in and create the scene even further with the collection. I've also gone ahead and I've done a little fish basket as well, a little fish barrel? Basket doesn't sound right. What do we reckon?
Bucket?
Fish barrel?
Is it
Bucket.
barrel?
Bucket's a good one.
Bucket.
We'll go with bucket. Okay, then on to our frame. Our frame is great for snipping away. And I mentioned this earlier. I forgot this was the card that we was going to do this evening. But this is great for coming in and taking some elements out of. So maybe you want to treat this as one big corner. Maybe you want to take it away at the top here. I don't think we need this bit for the next stage. So you could take that part away. We could then trim up here and actually have the net hang down from there, if that's what we would prefer to do. Let's go in and take this part away. And then here, if I was going to keep this bit, I would take away that excess part there. And then you could have that as quite a big corner element. I'd probably also go in and take this end away too. But this is what I love. There's so many options and ways, and that's obviously quite a lot bigger than the one I'm actually going to be working with. So it just shows, again, if you don't want to leave the net on there, if you're wondering, well, how did that net get up there and what's it doing there, then we can just trim away and create that little signpost effect instead. Now this time we've left on the cross, or sort of the thread bit that's holding the next part together, and it's give us a little bit more, another kind of ½ inch there. If you don't want that bit, then of course you can just round that off as well. Excuse me, sorry. Now, of course, the other elements, these two make great elements or corners as well. Now, what was the back called? Was it a creel?
Creel.
Creel, look at me for my memory. And we can trim across the top there of the rod as well. And then we have another little corner that again can be used together or separate from this original piece. And it's kind of a nice way to show you how you could accentuate that frame out. Sometimes I think when we have a frame, we just look at it as one element or one size. But actually when we start looking at that, that could still be up there and that could be over there. We've taken this from being what was a rectangular frame and started to look at it on how we could turn that into a square card perhaps, or a much larger project if you prefer to make bigger cards too. So there really is, although it's one frame, a lot of snippability in how we can play with this. Now for speed, let's start building this up, shall we? Because if not, we're never going to get onto demo number 3. Have we even got time for demo number 3? I reckon if we're quick, we might fit one in.
Laura says they're cookies by the kettle.
Cookies by the kettle. Oh, she's good, isn't she?
Good girl. Thank you,
good.
Laura.
She does treat us.
She does.
We are very lucky here, aren't we? We do have a few people that bring us little snacks to keep us going. Tracy's quite good at bringing in little snacks as well, isn't she?
She is indeed.
But we have been well behaved today.
Have we?
I don't know.
I think we have.
Have you ate the cookies near the kettle?
No.
Is this a confession?
But I can't guarantee they'll be there in the morning, Laura.
Well, now you know they're there, that's it.
Mm.
Hoover Kardashian's going to have them before we go.
Oh, we're going all blurry.
Oh, come back. Do not leave us. What's happening there? Come on. Come on. Oh, give us a
Give
sec.
it a second, that'll...
Is that your technological advice from the hostage corner? Wait there. Let's push a button. Do not fear. No. Come on. You can find it. Sorry, guys. This isn't good, is it? You don't get this when you watch the pros. I don't know, Pete. I'm not convinced. Do not fear. You can come back and listen to me waffle for another minute. Why? Oh, that's not good. We've turned the camera off. It's done a little spin. It will return in a second. So while I've got you, actually, let's chat about a couple of other bits. And I'll just start sticking some layers to this project while we chat. Now, we mentioned that there was some lovely workshops coming up, of course, at the Paper and Ink Boutique in Calgary, Canada, with Charlene. There is also a few others that might be a little bit closer to you if you're not in the Calgary, Canada area. We have got some coming up, of course, at Glitter Bits and Gifts.
And crafts.
And crafts. That's a lot for my letter to remember. Glitter Bits, crafts and gifts. Gifts and crafts.
That's it, yeah.
I'll get there eventually. It's only taken me a year. In I'm studying again now, near Kettering. Honestly, this isn't going well, is it? Molesley. I've got Moseley in my head. That's all it is, Moseley. And now it's gone. It's not good. So they have also got some classes coming up with some of our... The camera's not happy. Come back to us, camera. Oh, I might have broke it. I might have given up. You're not a very good challenge, Annika. Annika would be all over this trying to fix this camera, and I am here party of one. Left to just try and fix this all on my little lonesome. So they've got some classes coming up, and so have Hadrian's Hobbies too. So if you would like to join in with some classes using some of our goodies, probably much more educational than this demo, because we seem to have lost our camera completely. It's just got to a dead end now. It's not spinning any further. Do you want to come push the button so I can start like doing something possibly? Thank you.
Anything could possibly happen.
You just have to hold it till it spins all the way around, I think. It's not a happy bunny. So yeah, there is a few different classes coming up with our goodies that you might enjoy joining in with. So do check those out. Lots of the stores and stockists have been sharing information with the different classes they're going to be doing over on the Creative Expressions official group. So if you haven't already seen their posts, do have a little look on there for them, as well as checking out their own, of course, official pages, because that's where you're going to find out more details, including locations and prices and bits. But it would be lovely if you are in one of those areas to be able to go and join in with them. Because I don't know about you, but there's nothing beats going to a class, is there? Actually being able to sit with like-minded crafters and be inspired by an educated teacher who's going to inspire you on how to use the products and give you some inspiration that you can take away with you. It's always a good time and a good way to spend a crafty day. Equally, of course, our demo days are just as inspirational and just as much fun. And we, of course, have one of those coming up on Saturday, the 1st of November. With our lovely Gwen. We will once again be sending her out on the road. She's actually pretty booked up, Gwen, isn't she? We've got Gwen going up and down the country, I think, till next June?
Yeah, May, June.
May, June-ish time. She's booked to be heading somewhere every month throughout next year. So there's lots coming up with Gwen. But this time, of course, she is heading out to Glitter Bits, Gifts and Crafts.
Look at that.
Don't help that I've wrote it down without the gifts bit in it, so now I just auto-read it and it's wrong. We do seem to have a camera failure here, don't we? What are we going to do? We're going to unplug it and let it rest a minute?
I could unplug it.
Go on then. There's no way I can reach, you know I'm too short for that game. Come on. In you come.
Sorry guys, in I come.
Oh, it's not good, is it? So what else can we be chatting about while we wait for the camera to come back on? So this week's homework, we have got a... Makes a lot of noise, doesn't it? Seems a bit angry. I think we've angered the camera gods. So, okay, homework this week. If you haven't already seen, there is an event posted for this on the group and on the main page. So there's a couple of places you can go and check out the event section for the homework events that happen on the group. This week we are looking for, you've got quite a mission actually. Usually our homework is kind of quite easy breezy. This week, for instance, that's just ended, was just to do a woodware card, which was very simple and easy to do. But you're going to have to talk to me. What have we done, Peter? You've got all fuds now. That's not no better. I'm sorry. Sorry. Where was I? So this week our project, last week was woodware, and it was just a very simple make a woodware creation, which was very lovely. This week we are looking for a bit more of a mission. We are looking for you to make a card in the theme of a birthday card. We are looking for you to feature ribbon, which is a new one. Ribbon. Ooh. Ribbon, Peter. I wonder why ribbon. But ribbon to be featured on the card, and we are looking for the colour of lemon to be featured on the card, as well as, just to make this challenge even more challenging, for it to be on a 10x7 base. Now that base, we don't stipulate it has to be a card, but if it was a card, of course, a 10x7 card, but it could be a 10x7 canvas, it could be a 10x7 journal page, it could be an album page, it could be an album cover, it could be home decor, but we're looking for 10 inches by 7 inches to be the size of your project. Now I know it's always tricky because when we set a more of a mission, it makes it much harder and we tend to find less people partake in the missions. But equally, we genuinely try to make our homework kind of challenging, to push us out of our box and to make us do things that we might not always do. So it's kind of a fine line for us here to try and make it challenging, but yet still something you're all going to join in with. But we do always hope that you'll join in and partake, because without you partaking and without you joining in, it's kind of a bit silly us bothering. So I'm hoping that this week you will once again join in with us and share with us your inspiration, because it's not only about what you've been creating, it's also about how many people you inspire with what you've been doing. There might be several people who are new to card making, or new to working in them colours, or new to that theme, or new to that size, whatever the week may be. And when you come along and you share your inspiration, you're going to help encourage them to try something new too. And that's genuinely what I feel our group is all about. It's not only showing what we're doing, it's about inspiring other people, possibly even the people who kind of are a little bit more silent within the group, or who are new to the group and don't yet quite know what they're doing so much in the paper crafting world. It's lovely to inspire and hopefully give them some encouraging ideas. So if you would like to join in with us, you can share your posts up till 5 PM next Monday, and hashtag birthday on them for me, please. So once again, you're looking for a birthday card featuring ribbon with some element of lemon, as in yellowy lemons being used on it, not lemon as in what you put on your pancake, or that could be if you want it to be, but more the colour lemon, and of course a size of 10x7 inches. So join in, share with us what you've been up to. Now Peter has fixed our camera, let's have a little look. I feel we're very fuzzy all of a sudden, Peter.
It's fuzzy, doesn't it?
It does look a bit fuzzy, but I think we might have to persevere for the sake of the rest of this demo. And then we may just have to leave these lovely people in peace and fix it without the spinny, noisy bit going on with the camera, because I've got no idea what that's all about. It seems to be playing up a little, doesn't it? Maybe we've got a loose lead somewhere. I don't know, but we'll continue with the demo and we'll see how we get on. So from here, what we're going to do is we've added on our gone fishing sign. We are going to bring in our lovely Freddie. Now Freddie has been built up on the reverse with some foam tape. So he's got a nice little shape to him, and I've double stacked it in 2mm foam tape. So there's actually 4mm there to give us a bit of height. Over here on his hand, I've added some 2mm tape in. So 4 in the middle, 2 over to one side, just so he stands with a bit of a round presence, because he's a cat that's caught many a fish, and he's certainly got a lovely belly full of fish to fill out his dungarees. We're then going to bring in our fishing rod, and we can really manipulate this and shape it however we want to, which is kind of fun because it again lends itself to some different styles. But we're going to bring in the rod and we're going to add some glue onto the reverse of it so that we can then place this into Freddie's hand. Freddie's hand is also very easy to snip down into. So I've kind of snipped a little bit down just so that I can open up his palm and add the rod into his hand, because it just makes it more believable that our little Freddie is down by the riverbank trying to catch his breakfast. And then we're going to bring in our fish because Freddie's had a good morning. He has caught himself a rather big snack. So we're going to, oh, actually, there's a little bit of tape on the back of there, isn't there? So we'll take that off. That'll anchor that down to where we need it to be. And we're going to bring in our fish. And I have cut the hook off of the end of the rod. There is a hook that's on it, but I've snipped that away so that we can bring in our fish and place it on. Because if not, the hook comes out the side of the fish, and that's not a good look for the poor fish. So we'll take away the hook and we'll put it on there instead. We're then going to bring in our little hat, and we're going to add the hat on to our little Freddy up here. So we're just going to take our foam tape and we're going to remove the second layer here so that we can join these two pieces together once again so that we build up the same height as what Freddy's body is. Because of course, as I said, we've added 4mm to the middle of Freddy so that his head is going to be 4mm high. And we might move them up, we might snip them down a little. Let's just snip them so slightly smaller so we can fit that onto Freddy's head slightly better. I'm going to place that down on the top there. So that hat fits nicely between Freddy's ears. That of course comes in the Fishing Essentials set. Then we're going to bring in our little bucket of fish, Freddy's breakfast, and we're going to add that off to one side. And that, I don't know why I've put that so high. Why did I put that so high up in the air? What was that about? I think that was in the middle of our cameras flipping about. Let's bring that down. That's nice. I'll ground that back where it should be at the base of the card. And that hopefully gives you a bit of an idea of what you could create by mixing Freddy and of course Sue's brand new fishing collection. Or of course, as Francois mentioned, if you do happen to already have lovely Norman the gnome that's gone fishing, then of course you could bring that into the mix as well. Now lastly, we are going to just add some glue onto our flights. If we can get some glue out of the bowl. Come on, glue.
Sue asked, how do you do the gone fishing on the sign? But I think it's embossed on there, isn't it?
It is, yeah, I'll show you in just a sec. That's a great question, thanks Sue. Oh, is that my other flight? Here's another one that's coloured in. So we'll add a little bit of that on. Tuck that one into his pocket just on the other side as well. Take away that little excess glue. And there we have it. There are his little flights in his pocket, ready for that next fishing adventure, or ready to complete his fishing adventure today. For the frame itself, as Pete rightly mentions, this is all embossed for you, so it's very easy to go in and hook out the sign. So if we go in with this shade, for instance, we're just going to go all the way over the top. Let's go for the chunky end because it'll make it a little bit quicker. And we'll say that this is going to be our fishing sign. Now, it's up to you. I am quite a messy crafter, so I will tend to go in and colour over all of the deboss wording. It's there, I can still see it, I can still hook that out in the next colour if I wish to. I'll quite often, unlike on these ones, I've used a lighter colour gel pen, like a white gel pen, to go back in and infill that detail. So we'll amp up the colouring around here, just to make sure that's nice and intense. We can then continue around the rest of the frame with a softer shade. So we'll bring in another light brown here. And we can tidy up any edges. We'll come down this side as well, just till we get to kind of the leaves. And I would actually go over these. I'm kind of a messy colourer. I often confess this. I colour a little bit like a 2-year-old. So I kind of just go for it. And if I know that I won't want to have to colour around these, so actually what I would do is make that my base colour, because as long as I colour everything with the same colour over the top, I have the same colour run from underneath, then it won't actually matter, it'll match in. And then we're going to go back up to this top part and we're going to add in the thread going from there, and we're going to add in the cross that's holding our sign together. And then we'll bring in our green. And then we can go straight down here to put in our bulrushes over where we was. And I know you asked about the fishing bit, but I've got a bit carried away now. We're going to do, we might as well do the whole signpost. Make it all look lovely. And then these bits I would keep, and I would use the thicker end to come over those, because then I'm going to colour both sides at once. I'm going to colour down there. I'm going to go into that groove as well, just so we don't have that brown line coming through. And then we're going to neaten these bits up so they all join together. And then you could add another colour. I don't know if I've got another colour. I've only got an orange, so I don't know. That might be a nice one. We'll add this in for our brushes in the middles. And then we'll go down the other one as well. Now usually when I colour in, I do this on a piece of black card. It's usually the tip I would give, because then that way if I don't colour the edges, the white edge will show up against the black and I'll see wherever I've gone wrong, so to speak. Then for the wording, as I say, I would normally use a white gel pen. I don't know if I've got one of those in here. Oh, I have. So we'll go in and we will pick that out because it's already debossed for us. It's nice and easy to just find where we need to be and go around the edges to fill that in. Now if you wanted to, you could of course hook out some details within the sign too. All of these ingrained pieces could be hooked out too if you wanted them to be, but they certainly don't have to be. How are we looking, Pete? Are we very blurry or are we okay?
Still a little bit blurry. We'll have a little fiddle. So we're ready for our cheeky little Wednesday catch up.
I thought you meant you was going to fiddle then. I was impressed. I thought,
Oh, no.
he's on it. He's on
I think they've seen enough of me tonight.
No, not at all. So if you would like to win both of the cards we've made so far this evening, please don't forget to let us know in the comments. On Craft O'Clock today on Hobby Maker, they had a very special company as their guest. Who was the company? Who is the company? Who was the company? Who were the people? All we want to know really is the company name. But I thought it was a lovely watch and a really lovely interview. And if you haven't seen it, then of course you can go back and watch it and catch up on the Hobby Maker Facebook page. But it's just a really nice interview with a couple of special people that I thought was really enjoyable to see. So if you haven't seen it, then do catch up. And if you do know what we're on about and you would like to, then let us know in the comments and Pete will pick one winner to win the cards that we've made this evening. Is there any questions regarding the cards or the products or anything as yet, Peter?
No, just a lot of nice comments saying it's such a cute card.
Bringing back in our dear Freddie. It's quite a nice one, isn't it? Now the next one, I think we're getting a bit low on time actually, so I don't know, and especially with a fuzzy camera. So I'm not going to do the card, but what I am going to do is we're going to talk about one of the techniques, because I might show you the card or do the card demo at a later date. But one of the techniques I wanted to talk to you about, and we were going to go back to this paper, and I said earlier that we would talk about the paper in a different light later on in the evening. So I just wanted to share this with you. This is something that Laura actually shared with me and reminded me that we could do, because I will be honest, I'd totally forgot about it. She, on one of her recent cards, did this with our lovely train die, and it got me thinking about the different cards or different dies in which we could do this with. Several of our dies are very heavy detailed debossing, and it gives you this beautiful effect. And this brand new fishing collection, again, several of the dies lend themselves to this same technique. So the card I was going to share with you is actually done with the frame, but for speed we're going to have a look at these two, because we've got our fishing jacket here and we've got our vintage cases. And all I'm going to do is bring in an ink pad, and you might need to ink this a couple of times, especially depending on the ink that you're working with, but we'll give it a whirl and see how we get on. But we're going to ink over the top here of our actual die, and we're going to use this with that sheet that we created earlier on. Now I'm working on a piece of copier paper so that if I go over the edges it doesn't really matter. And you might remember, and if you haven't seen these, they're a bit amazing actually, Sue has a range of dies called stamp cuts, and these work in a very similar way. You use them in exactly the same way as I am right now. You ink over the top of them on a piece of paper, pop them onto your plate and send them through, and as they die cut they will also transfer that ink and stamp for you. Now a stamp cut die does have a special coating on it. It's like a kind of rubbery material that actually goes over the top of the die, and that of course helps maintain and hold the ink, and it will transfer for you much better than an actual die will normally. So we're not going to get the most perfect crisp effect because we're not inking a stamp cut, we're not inking a die that's intended to be inked. But to me, especially depending on the dies you're using, we're kind of looking vintagey, we're kind of looking rugged. So it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. And I know that we can ink them up and send them for a couple of times if we need to. Now, of course, anytime we're going to put inks onto our dies, it's a jolly good idea to get them off as soon as we can, because of course a metal dye isn't necessarily intended to have inks added to them. And I did, and I don't know if this is true, but I did once see a comment saying you should never put oxide inks on a dye. I'd never heard that before, so I don't know how correct that information is, but it has always kept me living in fear of doing it, so I've never done it. But I feel that you could certainly experiment around with different types of inks and see how you get on. Now, as are very nice inks to work with, and as you can see, have transferred beautifully off of the die and onto the card. Now, I have a little bit of black going through there onto the vest. I knew that when I did it. I could have easily wiped that off of the die if I was worried, maybe with a Q-tip or a cotton earbud to remove any excess areas. To me, I'm not particularly worried, because especially with the vest, this one is a great one to come in and actually snip that V out and build up on another die cut to give you that background colour, that depth, that creation that we need to create that depth and look to it, and then of course infill the pockets. If I was worried, then I could have cleared it away, or if I forgot to do that, I could of course add in some distressing around the edges. Now when you look at these, don't they look absolutely beautiful? Doesn't that look really nice? Now that of course is with our suitcases die set. That's available from our travel collection, vintage travel collection. And in there is a ship or a boat, an ocean liner I think we actually called it.
We did.
There is also a lovely vintage car, there is a motorbike, there is a train, there's a couple of other bits and pieces. I do happen to know that they will be making a reappearance on Hobby Maker in a few weeks' time. But in the meantime, of course, they are available from our stockists all around the world. So if you like the look of those, do have a little look at them. But these suitcases, doesn't that look beautiful with that textured paper? And then that stamping over the edge of them. Now, of course, and this is, I know, I mean, I'm really going off on tangents now, and Pete's going to, you know, get moody with me, because I'll keep you here forever while we waffle and talk about different things. But you can, of course, bring in your alcohol markers and start adding in some colour to these labels and different pieces too. And because of the ink we chose to use, which is our quick dry pigment inks, they are alcohol marker friendly, so we have no fear that that's going to run or ruin or damage what we're doing. And like with this one, I'd be very tempted to bring in, like, do a lot with your alcohol markers like I am now, and then either bring in your waxes and add some vintage waxing in, or maybe bring in a gel pen and pick out some of these like brassware pieces around the actual luggage to give it a really nice vintage feel. I might have to do that before I finish this card or this project at a later date, but I won't hold you up and watch any more of me sort of colouring and doodling. But it's a really lovely way to make those stand out and give a very lovely feel to them. Of course, we could do more with our lovely vest as well. So just to clarify, in case you missed the beginning, there is a brand new collection that is going to be launching tomorrow morning with our stockists at 10 AM, brought to you by the lovely Sue Wilson. It features our rope net stencil, it features our rope knots stencil, it of course has in it our fishing frame, our fishing vest, our fishing rod, as well as our fishing essentials, bringing to you that lovely boat, our lovely hat, and of course our little fishies, which are a true essential to the fishing collection. There is also 4 little mini expressions: keep it real, best fishes, let the adventure begin, and gone fishing. And that is the brand new fishing collection from Sue Wilson that, as I say, will be launching with our stockists tomorrow morning at 10 AM, along with the new Jamie Rogers Crafts woven texture paper in white. In there you're going to get 10 sheets for $4.99. And just to clarify, once again, the stockists that you're going to be able to find these goodies at are, in no particular order, Unicorn Crafts, Hazel's Crafts, Ginny's Crafts, Into Craft, Craft Bliss, Affordable Crafting, Craft Mania. Oh, I'm going to do it wrong again. Crafty.
Wafty Shop.
Wafty? Oh, that was a different version.
Crafty Wafty.
Crafty Wafty. Okay, Crafty Wafty Shop. Just Here Crafts, Hobby Maker, and Glitter Bits, Gifts and Crafts. Oh, of course, once again, I'm going to be having a demo day with this collection coming up on Saturday, the 1st of November, 10 till 4. So do check out the event section to find out more about that event too. Any other bits and bobs before we can leave these lovely people in place and work out why our camera's gone super duper fuzzy?
No, I don't think so. I think we've covered it all.
Yeah?
A few little sneaky bits I think we've
Do you feel we sneaky? What did we sneaky tonight? I feel we was very well behaved.
touched on ribbon.
We didn't touch on ribbon. We didn't touch on ribbon.
No, you touched.
I just said that ribbon was needed in their homework.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I said about ribbon.
Anyhow,
So
we're
no
back
more.
on it again.
No more. Okay, we're going to leave you lovely people in peace. What we do need to do though is pick a winner for our cards to be sent out to, Peter. Do you have your winner already chosen? Have you been good this week? All good. Okay, we're coming over to you on your cam. See you. What's going on there? Have you froze?
Oh, I think I froze.
Oh, I think we've definitely got gremlins this evening, haven't we?
Oh dear.
You look like you're looking out into the night sky.
We can move off.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Come on then, over here. Come join me. Come on. Come and join me over here. Tell us who's your winner this evening.
Oh, it's been a night and that. I feel all professional. I feel like... Who do I feel like?
What Kardashian are you going to pick? I don't know.
How he tolerates me, I have no idea. So,
Okay.
anyway.
Come on then, give us a winner.
Kim's little box showing here, that little box tricks. Thank you all for taking part. The correct answer was Barry and Julie at Craft Bliss, who joined us today. Well, not joined us today.
Didn't join us.
Didn't join us. They joined Adam on the Craft Clock, which you can catch up on the Hobmaker Facebook page. But anyway, the lucky winner was...
Sly.
Congratulations goes to Sue Jones. So congratulations, Sue. If you want to drop us an email to jamierogerscrafts@hotmail.com and let us know if you want your card signed or not. We shall arrange that.
We certainly will. Thank you all for joining us. Sorry about the techie issues. I've got no idea what's been going on here this evening with all our funny camera antics, but it's been a joy to be with you all, isn't it? Don't forget that we will hopefully try and fix these by Wednesday when we will be playing with the wonderful world of Polka Doodles. There is, how many new lines? 60?
60.
60 something.
Maybe a couple more on their way.
He's teasing you again. But there's 60 new lines we will be having a little look at. And I do hopefully have a couple of demos that we will try and fit in as well for you on Wednesday. And we will also at that stage give you a list of stockists that have, of course, been ordering these goodies to get them in for you as well. Stockists have actually known about this for a couple of days now. So some of those amazing polka doodle goodies are already heading out of the door here and towards those stockists. So by Wednesday, I'll be able to sneaky peek and tell you a few of the people who will already be having them heading their way, tell you more details about that, and hopefully give you a few prices and a bit of inspiration, and of course some demonstrations with those products. So join us 1 PM on the Creative Expressions page, where we'll be able to sort of chat all things polka doodles for around about an hour. You are once again chuckling over in my corner. What are we chuckling about now?
Our lovely viewers, they just lead me astray.
Chuckles dash you.
Well, a couple of our listeners says, Jamie Rogers, This Is Your Life. It did give little vibes of This Is Your Life. And then
that was the one with the red book, wasn't it?
It was the red book. Jasmine said it looks like a Daz commercial. Who was that? Danny? I wouldn't say Danny, but who was it?
Didn't he just like go and knock on random people's doors?
With a box of Daz, didn't he?
I feel like I vaguely remember this. Doorstep Daz? Something like
the Daz Doorstep Challenge.
We could send you out on a crafty version of that. You could just
on
knock on random crafters' doors. Hello, Kim. I've popped round. We could send you a camera. We're meant to be saying goodbye. This is what our life is like. This is why we never get any work done. Do you remember on a Saturday night, Niall's house party, where he'd go live to people's front rooms?
Where's me woman?
Are you playing? No, we don't need. We don't. No, we don't. No, they've had enough already. Could you listen?
Debbie could turn up on your doorstep and you'd be like, "Come on in, Debbie."
Noel used to send Mr. Blobby. I feel.
What are you saying? It's time we cut.
But we could send you out. It's good. You could.
I'll be up for that. What was that?
I always felt they must have known though, because I'd go to a front room and it'd be like, "Oh, we're on telly." They must have known, because somebody must have been there to set the cameras up.
They were, weren't they?
Well, they must have been. especially back in the 90s.
Was it Shane
The
Ritchie?
cameras would have been like that big. Well, they wouldn't have been like they are now in a
Maybe
mobile phone, was it?
Those big wheel-in things on a big old circular metal.
Well, they used to.
What was that?
The ones they used to carry on their shoulder. When Jeremy Beadle would appear,
That's
they'd
right.
have the big, like,
Camera.
VHS-style cameras. So there's no way they didn't know that they were going to turn up. I would have had to have cleaned. Anyway, we're going off on a different tangent. We're going to leave you in peace. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening. It's been a joy to be with you all. Don't forget all of them new goodies and dates I've been telling you about all evening. Don't forget, I'll be back here on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Gwen, professional, will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. to give you more inspiration with this wonderful fishing collection. And then I'm sorry, but me and Pete will be back with you on Monday evening next week at 7 p.m. where I don't even know what we'll be doing, but I'm sure it'll be just as chaotic and unprofessional as this evening is. So join Gwen on Thursday for a proper evening of crafty inspiration. And if you're up for a laugh, come back to us on Wednesday at 1 when we'll be chatting poker doodles. Thank you all very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Good night from me.
Good night from me. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.